I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip the...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to 235 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with Nick Theory's Philly Phil and our special guest. He's an all-pro. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler. He's a Super Bowl champion. Big play Slay from the Philadelphia Eagles.
What's up? What's up?
What's on, baby?
Play.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
What's happening, man?
Cooling.
Just want to say thank you, of course, for coming on. I can't believe it. This is an honor of a lifetime, man. For real, this is awesome. Thank you for doing this. I want to start out asking. I have to ask: were you just scrolling on Instagram when you first came across that reel that you commented on?
Yeah. So I came across the reel. I just saw it, and then I kind of always listen to anything that kind of anybody talk about hurts. Because, I be everybody be out here trying to talk crazy. So I be having to defend my boy. So I'm like, let me make sure these folks here ain't talking crazy. I see these folks talking about hurt something. Let me hear it. And then I was listening. I said, oh, this man knows he got some valid points right here. So I said, yeah, valid points. Got to give you a comment on it. And then, that's how I came across it. It'll be on my Explorer page.
Yeah, man, I was cracking up when you said that. Like I was just telling you a few minutes ago, my brother commented on it. My phone started blowing up. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit. And then like when you followed us and I sent the message, I'm like, oh my God, this is getting real. I just didn't expect it to happen. And then we were going back and forth all weekend. I'm like, wow, this is what's up. And we were all laughing about it and stuff. So
I do want to get into that later, though, in the show of the lack of respect for Jalen Hurts within the media. I do want to get into that because I do want to touch on that because I was in combative argument with him, but I have my point specifically that I want to lay out. But we'll talk about that later for sure. But 2 weeks removed from the Super Bowl, man. How are you feeling, bro? Like you might be on top of the world, bro.
Man, look, I just got from on top of it, man. I was on top of it for at least 2.5 weeks easily. I just had, I had a parade in Philly. Then I had a parade for myself back in my hometown, and they gave me the key to the city. So, yeah, man, I'm finally calming down. Like I'm finally gonna let my body rest. I get to lay in a little bit, take some longer naps because I've been at it. So I'm a Super Bowl champ, and I think a Super Bowl champ deserves to be at it for a couple.
Hey, yo, talk that shit. Say a little louder for the people.
You know what I'm saying? I am a Super Bowl champ, man. It took me a long time. I'm here. I'm here.
I like that.
You know who can't say that? Josh Allen can't say that. Lamar Jackson can't say that. Joe Burrow can't say that. Right?
It's a lot of them that can't say it.
It's a lot of them that can't say that.
No, we can't. We can't go there right now.
So, who was the first person you called after you won the Super Bowl?
Shoot, man. I ain't really had to call nobody because everybody I had that was there was a part of it. So, man, we just celebrated on the field. I had my family there, my uncles, my wife, kids, my mom, my uncles, my goddad. So like my family was there. My immediate family I needed to be there was there. So I ain't had to call to me. I know when I got back to my phone though, it probably about 300 texts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I saw too that you said you don't drink.
Nah, I never did.
Never.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. I drank the wedding on Saturday and I was hungover all day yesterday. I had a headache. It was horrible.
See, I don't need that.
I hate it.
My wife tried to get me to drink. No. No,
there's
nothing to get me there. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. I be trying to sell man. Try some wine. So I'm like, one day maybe. I don't know, but it's like I feel like it's just too late now. I'm 34 years old. Like,
yeah, them hangovers hit harder after you turn like 30 too.
No,
100%.
I can't deal with it.
Are you a smoker?
Yeah, I can smoke now. I smoke though.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. That's most people.
So Slay, so I know you got the key to the city. Congrats, by the way. You got the key to the city in Brunswick, Georgia. That's awesome. Congrats. Describe the experience and the celebration that took place.
Man, it was a great experience, man. I got a little teary-eyed because like all it did for me is basically kind of like reminding me like where I came from, how many steps I had to go through to get to where I was at to be standing in front of them guys at that time. Like a lot of guys always see the finished product, but they'll never see the work that's put in. I put in a lot of days of sleeping, you know what I'm saying? Just struggling. College, went to junior college, so it's like I had a rough path and, to be able to stand in front of them guys and just say I'm one of the ones that made it out the city. it was a good feeling, man. It was a great feeling.
It was like Itawanga or something like that, right?
Itawamba.
Itawamba, yeah. I know,
Yeah,
I knew it. And then you went to Mississippi State. So
Yep.
I knew that part, but I couldn't pronounce it when I was looking at it. And I was laughing. I was like, damn, I don't know how to bring that up because I can't really pronounce it.
Yeah.
I need to ask too, to stay on the Super Bowl. At what point, because I feel like everybody says when Cooper DeJean had the pick six, like that's when everybody knew it was over.
Yeah.
Is that the same feeling on the sideline too? Or was it more when Zach Bond did it right before halftime? Because if you remember in 2022, when Jalen fumbled,
right, that's what
that was where I felt like was the turning point where all the momentum shifted because we could have drove down the field and I don't want to say buried them, but put foots in them a little bit more.
Yeah, we could have buried
like the reverse that happened this year.
Yeah, you could have buried them. You could have said that. Yeah, if Jalen went down and scored in 22 without that fumble, that score would have been what, like 21-10 maybe?
I think
not 21-10, might be 21-7.
Yeah, we'd be up.
It would have been 21-7, I think. Yeah,
because 21-7. So we would have buried them.
It was going into the half.
Yeah, we would have buried them. But that's the thing we thought about. It's just the fact that we can't let these guys turn the ball over. Got to make these guys turn the ball because we didn't do that in 22. So I think Zach Bond's interception really hit home. Because that could have been a drive. They could have went down there and maybe get 3 or 7 if they would have felt good about going into halftime, getting the ball back at halftime. But when you got that pick, that's a difference. That's a momentum swing. You know what I'm saying? We stole the possession out of that.
I want to ask you too, Slay. Did you when you were paying attention to body to the body language of Patrick Mahomes throughout the game? Did it ever change? And when did it change? Where you were like, "Yo, we got him. We got his ass."
He was never changing because he was ready to go. A lot of the times that he was doing the game, man, you could just see him like, "Hey, get these plays in. Come on. We need to score fast." So we like, hey, we got to control the pace of this game because he's trying to no huddle us and do all that kind of great stuff he could be able to do. And we just had to eliminate big plays in it. A lot of times he wanted to go for it on fourth down. One time it was like 4th and 20. He said, give me a play. And he was like, come to the sideline. Nah. You already there. They was already down by 20. You could put us in that kind of field position. It would have got back.
When you guys went up about 20, I thought he was going to start doing his little fake limp.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Nah. He'll be fake limping, man. He's a good dude, man. He's a hard player, man. Great player. One of the greatest.
What changed on the defensive side? I feel like after week 4, we were 2-2, went into the bye week. And then when you came out, the defense started humming. And at that point, it was like it took off. But was it schematics? Was it just the development on the back end with DeJean and Quinyon, or what was it that where that flip that switch flipped?
Well, mostly because like I said, we went into the bye week, right? Coaches, we always stay a little couple 2 or 3 days before everybody go home. And so we stayed up I think Monday, Tuesday. And, coach kind of just basically set us down and just told us hey, this is what I spit out of my defense when we get back. And everybody looking at themselves and hold themselves accountable, man. This defense can be great. And we always knew, it started off with the D-line. The D-line set the tone of every team. No matter who team it is, they set the tone because if they walk in the door on anybody's field and just sit here and say, we dominate these guys in front of us, it could be a long night for anybody. So the D-line got us going. And then, everybody else just picked up after that. And then, and our coach do a great job, man. Vic do a great job of holding us accountable. And we was held accountable and we got active.
How's Nick Sirianni with that? Is he an accountable guy? Because I know he has a lot of energy, and I feel like he has such a there's mixed emotions with him. Some people, it's you either love him or he's because he's so animated on the sideline. But I also feel like that's good because I feel like when you just act you act like yourself and how you really are. I just feel like that's gravitating and that's captivating for a squad. Yeah. So I feel like with him, when I see that, it's just I feel like he's easy to rally around for the guys. Although sometimes he makes me mad and he goes for it on 4th.
I love it though.
I love it when you go for it on 4.
Me too, Sly. Me too, bro. Me too.
It's so much. It tells so much to the defense. I believe in this defense can do it. And we love that. You know what I'm saying? We understand sometimes they don't get it, but we built for it. And you can see how, we was #1 defense in the league this year. So we were built for it. But Sirianni, man, he's a great dude, man. He's a dude that it's not going to be no in between. You either go like him or you go love him. And, and I love him, because he stayed the same guy every day. He don't change for nobody. Everybody wanted him to be this more da-da-da. But nah, Coach Young, and in this generation, a lot of guys like to show, talk a lot of trash. He wanted to coach you to do it.
You love him enough to come back next year?
Oh man, that's the plan for sure. I want to, you know what I'm saying?
All right, cool,
So
cool.
that's what we,
Way
you know,
back,
we
like-
hopefully that's what it is. You know what
Here's
I'm
the
saying?
thing. I don't even view you as a Lion. Like I feel like when you retire, you're going to be an Eagle.
Hey, I'm between both. You know what I'm saying? I love both cities, man. And both of them cities gave me a great home. I appreciate both organizations. Like I said, one changed my life. The other one changed my life in a different way. You know, so
Did you know you were getting traded in 2020?
Yes, easily. I knew that going into 2019 when the
Did
season.
you know it was the Eagles?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a possible chance because the Eagles tried to trade for me the 2019 season during the middle of the year, right up before the trade block, because we played them that year in 2019, and then I was having a good game, and then my name kept coming in trades, and at the time our GM was like, "Slay, we not trade you, got best player on defense, and the Eagles been calling us and this and that, the third. So I'm like, okay, yeah. The next thing you know, I get traded to the Eagles for real in the 20. So
I made a comment I said, man, when I DM'd you, was you took us out of cornerback purgatory.
yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie now. Hey, when I got there, I was like, it's some pressure for sure.
Yeah, well, I think you replaced. I mean, look, I know it's a brotherhood and the NFL,
always.
but you replaced. I think it was Darby or I think it was Darby.
Yeah, Dart was Dart. It was Dart.
Darby and Maddox.
Yep, Vontae, he played a little bit, still outside a little bit, but he wanted to play a nickel, but we didn't have another outside corner at that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's the funniest player on the team?
Huh?
Who's the funniest player on the team?
I mean, besides myself.
Yeah, besides you.
But I honestly say Quinyon, man. Q funny.
For real?
Yeah,
really?
like he would be like, he look like he be serious all the time to y'all, but man, Q is one of the funniest dudes in the locker room. Man. He's so funny, laid back, but he's funny.
That's interesting.
Like he's real funny. He's very interesting.
I feel like he's like the quiet one that just goes about his business.
Nah. He go about his business between the lines now. He ain't between the lines. He ain't playing no game. He don't got no time for laughing and giggling between the lines.
None of that.
So that's me. I do all the laughing and giggling between the lines. He don't.
Yeah. So Slay, I want to go back to the Super Bowl because I'm so fascinated by what you guys were able to do to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense the entire game. Like I was perplexed. As an Eagles fan, I was like, wasn't expecting that, but I knew what defense we had.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed you guys didn't blitz once in the Super Bowl. Is that the formula to beating Patrick Mahomes because you want to contain rush Mahomes and you're trusting your back end of your defense to make the plays, and you know that your front four is going to get after Mahomes. So it kind of was like the 07 Giants formula of beating a powerhouse offense. Is that what the formula you guys did to beat Mahomes?
Yeah, our formula basically was like a stop the first play because he's so capable of extending plays, and the second play is where he make all the magic. And when a guy like him get in the backfield, get the scrambling, guys like to look in the backfield because he do a lot of stuff that's very nice. It's magical, So you want to see it, but you don't want to see it. But as you're seeing it, like people getting to look in their eyes in the backfield, and then next thing you know, he throwing it to your dude. And so our goal was basically like, hey, contain him, rush him. And as you've seen, like nobody's on the edges doing all these pretty spin moves and getting out of their gaps or whatnot, because some of the best pass rushers, can do that. But guys like him, you got to bulldoze. You know what I'm saying? You got to just drive him forward, and don't give him no B gap. That's his favorite gap, the B gap. He'll step up in it, either make a play throwing it, or he'll run. So that's what we try to eliminate. And we did a great job of doing it. But I'm sure he know that about himself though. But it's hard to do something that you've been so great at for so long to stop doing it.
Yeah, I just felt like, to me, there wasn't anything Patrick Mahomes could do in that ball game to change the outcome. There was nothing. Like I felt like the Chiefs were so outmatched by the defense of the Eagles and the offense as well that it was a complete mismatch on the board, and which was surprising because we were dogs in this game. So I was kind of confused by the whole Vegas line in general.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's understandable to be underdog in this game. They 2-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time MVP. Like it's understanding why, but we just understood, like, we know we're going up against, but we as the number one defense, as a defense, that's how we looked at it. And I know our offense looked at it as like we're the best offense on this field. So we go show why.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Is your preparation, does it change based on who you play? Like, do you take a Patrick Mahomes a little bit more serious if you were playing against a Drew Lock?
Nah, hell nah. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I'll be locked in at mostly easily easily, mostly against the guys that you don't expect to be good, because I'm the guys that really not job is that secure. You know what I'm saying? So they go on there just doing whatever. So like, say for instance, like say if Drew Lock was the starting quarterback for Kansas City, but he was behind, you know, God dang, Mahomes. He's behind Mahomes.
Yeah.
He go come in there with the gunslinging mentality because he's like, this spot is already Mahomes. I'm just here to see if I can win. And
like he has like a nothing to lose mentality.
Nothing to lose. And they're the ones you're scared of, because now, you know, if you're a great corner, I'm like, I don't care about you being great. I'm gonna back up, throw a ball deep. You be like, he ain't gonna try me, or they gonna try you. But Mahomes might be a type of guy like, all right, slaying this kind of, like he might understand what I'm doing. Other guy ain't gonna give a damn. He just go, let's just. I be scared of those guys. So I be really locked in with a non-starting quarterback, a guy that's not like, okay, we're not too worried. I can be locked in.
So you're locked in at all times, like
all the time. All the time.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Because you hear a lot of It's like a letdown game. You know what I mean? Like when the Eagles play the Giants, it's a letdown game or a potential letdown game. I don't want to know how true that is.
Nah, I mean, it ain't true like that. Because like you said, like I remember in what is 23, and they had, what's the quarterback that was built there in the Giants?
They had what?
One was going doing the magical stuff. They were just all going chant for going crazy for. I got his name. Like,
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, DeVito.
Tommy
you know what I'm saying? Like he don't got no care. He just like, if I throw for 300, I'm gonna be crowned. If I throw for 150 and win, I'm gonna get crowned. So what's the chance? Like, I don't care. I'm just go. But if I throw 5 picks, they're not gonna be mad. I'm the backup. Like, that's how they be doing it. So it's not a letdown game. It's like more like, shoot. Man, we ain't gonna be the team you do this to.
Speaking of gunslinger, I just thought of this. I want to ask your perspective on this. So against the Rams, now I know you played with Matt Stafford in Detroit. When he throws, it's 28-22, there's 2 minutes left. When he throws that ball over you to Puka, I'm sitting on the couch and my anxiety goes through the roof.
Quick.
What's it like and it was an awesome throw and an awesome catch. So I'm not taking anything away from that. It was perfect. Like, there was no way that you could have got to it. But my point is in that moment, what is your mentality and the rest of the defense? Is it like a sinking feeling, or is it really just next play? Like, all right, we just got to stop them. They didn't get anything yet.
Yeah, that's next play mentality. You know what I'm saying? I played this corner position for a long time, and that's what you got to have to be a great corner. You got to be able to go to the next play, and like definitely with a good ball, good throw. Like if I'd have probably messed something up and I beat myself, I'd be like, damn. I'd probably be like, what the hell, Slay? But I did great coverage. I read the route right. It was just a great ball and a great catch by them two guys, and they got a great history. He's one of the best one. Puka guy. I think he got one of the best hands in the league. Him and AJ are one of the top 2 guys I feel got great hands. And so, yeah, I just give credit to them. You know what I'm saying? To beat me as a DB, you got to have a great ball. It's not no just, I'm doing something. Now you got to beat me every time with a great ball. And they did that. So I just line back up and like, shit, let's go again. And then
that's crazy. That was the only time in the whole playoffs I was nervous.
Me too.
It was just blowout after blowout.
That's what I've been trying to tell folks when I was talking to people, like, man, we really, like, who we really concerned about is the Rams, because they was on a hot streak. Stafford was playing good. Their team was finally getting healthy. Their old line was healthy. Because when we played them early in the year, the lineman was kind of hurt, but it was still slinging it. So I'm like, man, they getting healthier. The running game was nice. They had a good first drive against us. The first time we played them with a great run game until Isaiah
was an animal.
You know what I'm saying? Since Isaiah had forced a fumble, that was to slow the momentum down. Like, they had a good chance, a great formula to try to beat us, because they got a great coach too as well, and with a great quarterback. So we're like, man, look, this is gonna be the team. So we got to get on them fast. And we did.
See, I thought Washington was probably the scarier matchup just because solely on divisional matchup. We played them 3 times. No, I know.
Yeah.
X's and O's, they can't fuck with us. I know that. But what I'm saying is that divisional games are usually tough, and they usually get they're weird, man. Like,
they're weird.
It just happens. You know what I mean? So it's like that was the game I was worried about the most, because shit just happens, and it's divisional game, and that was the game that worried me the most. But X's and O's, they couldn't fuck with us.
No. You could just, as a team, or they go be a great team. Like this,
Facts.
Washington go be a damn good team. They got a great organization going on right now. They got a great thing going for them guys right now. But when we watched film on them guys, we was like, all right, man, we finna blow these boys out, because not in a disrespectful way. It's just that when we seen the film, it says like their problem issue was all year was, stopping a run, and they was not great run stopping because you just watched the Lions game. If the Lions don't force too many turnovers, I think Gibbs should have like 14 carries for like 120 yards.
He went crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact they thinking Saquon ain't just getting 14 carries. Saquon getting 20 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
facts.
you look at that, and then you put the tools with AJ Smitty and what our offense can do, and we knew we was a great defense. We were like, hey, look, this score can be easily 50-something to zip, or it could be, I already knew we was going to beat them 50-something, or going to be 44-42, like a close game. It was not going to be no middle between. It's going to be like either a blowout or it's going to be real tight.
But that's interesting though, right? Because the disparity between that, a blowout and a close game, what would be the difference?
The difference is like the fact that, like, say, it's a game with us with no turnovers. Nobody got turnovers. It's a solid game. Both teams controlling the clock. And it comes down to 3 plays. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a big time play like them boys, they great on 4th down, like a big 4th down conversion for them, or a big 4th down conversion for us. Like 3 plays. Like as you see with AJ, with our big 4th and 5, and you know, we go down there. That's a big time change. So we knew it would come down to either 3 plays or it could just be out of reach. And good thing we had it out of reach.
I knew we were going to blow them out as soon as they went on a 17-play drive. In the first quarter, they had 4 3rd down conversions, 2 4th down conversions, and did all that for 3 points. And then on the very first play for the offense, what's it called? Saquon took it to the house. And I'm just sitting on the couch laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, they just did all that work for 3 points.
Oh, we said it. It's like I was happy. Yeah, I was happy that Saquon broke on the first play, but me coming off a 17-play drive, like, God damn, now I gotta go back out here. Come on.
Yeah. Damn. Who's the hype guy? Who's the hype guy in the huddle?
Oh man, mostly it's either BG, it really be just BG or Chauncey. You know, them guys that kind of like talk a lot. Yeah. But like everybody else, kind of like just mellow to themselves, kind of cool, calm, and collect. But I think our team's so much about business. Like, it's not a rowdy guy, but 2 guys. You know,
and I think that starts with Jalen, because I just feel like Jalen.
Yeah, this team, we're not really rowdy. Like, we more like, we gonna show y'all what we about. Like, we don't like to, like, we don't need nobody to gas us up. Like, we got guys on this team that be just so dialed in and locked in, as you could just see. Like, they ready to show you, and they when they talk about punching folks in the mouth, they be meaning it.
Now, do you think that comes from? Do you think that team's mentality comes from the loss in 2022, and then last year's meltdown? Unfortunately,
now I honestly think that came to the bout when just being on the outside looking in when the year y'all won the Super Bowl, the first one, because 17, like them guys felt like underdogs every time they did something, and you know, and I think they just carried it all the way until then, like, because once I got here, when I got traded here, you know, I was just happy to get in the playoffs. They don't even be happy to get in the playoffs. They're like, bro, we in the playoffs. This is normal. Like,
we're a wild family.
It's stuff that becomes so normal for them that they just not even excited about. Like, when we won the NFC East, they be like, all right, bro, like, this nothing. Like, can we keep going? Yeah, it's regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, I ain't never won nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? So good. They like, nah, Detroit. The next thing. NFC East, we win that. We cool, but we got bigger plans. I'm like, bruh, we get a ring anyway. Like, y'all tripping. Like, it's hard to get a ring.
So is it almost like a culture shock coming from a place like Detroit? And I don't mean to talk bad about them, but like, honestly, Detroit was, I mean, they were bottom of the barrel for, I mean, I'm only 33. I mean, we're the same age basically, but our whole life, they were kind of bottom of the barrel. And then it's like, you come from the Lions, you come to the Eagles, and all of a sudden now all the expectations, like the expectations aren't to just win a game or two. Yeah, the expectations are like, you either win the Super Bowl or you're trash.
Trash.
It's kind of how it is.
It is. Definitely it is. Because coming from Detroit, my first 3 years in Detroit, you know what I'm saying, I knew of Detroit being like, okay, this is an organization that just ain't win as a Super Bowl and made it to the playoffs, and kind of stuff like that, win or go past the first round in a long time. So I'm like, dang. And 2014, man, we had a great chance of changing the whole organization. You know, that's when we went like 11-5.
You got that bullshit call in Dallas.
Yeah, bullshit call in Dallas. We was like the number 1 defense in the league. So it's like we was like becoming what the Detroit Lions is now. Like, but then as you know, the business part of it, Unlike, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Howie because he's a damn great GM. I don't know how Howie still be paying all these folks all this money.
Bro.
And we had guys like Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, Ziggy Ansah, whole bunch of D lines, and like just like the Eagles did, and they couldn't find a way to pay all them boys. So it's like that's tough. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know how we do it, but he's a magician with that goddamn cap and whatnot. But coming from there, then after that, you know, I always had a winning mentality, but more like bro, I want bigger and want more. And then when I came to Philly, man, they really kind of like I already had a winning mentality, like I said, but coming here as a team, it's like, bro, oh man, it's a different type of feeling. Like I was saying, I ain't never been booed coming out there going into halftime because of the offense or whatever. We ain't performing right. Like we could be up by 10, and we gotta drive to like close them out. Like I feel like they be just in the game. Like, hey, we could go up by 17 if we go score right here before 2 minutes, and say we don't and we punt it. And we going inside. They boo. I'm like, bro, we going up 10 though. We still up 10, y'all. Yeah. They don't want to hear that. We should have been up 17. That 2-minute drive should have been way more successful. So it's like, it just built you as in like, man, this team and this city, it's for me. Like they got a high expectation because I got high expectation for myself. So it's for me. And I love it. So I'm like, yeah,
that's awesome,
man. I love to hear that, honestly. I know you touched on BG and how important he is, but how important and impactful was he to this Eagles team this year?
Man, very impactful, man. Even though when he got hurt, right? Yeah. You know, a lot of guys kind of like when they get hurt, they get in their little slump. Some of them like go home, go back to somewhere else to get their physical therapy because being around ball and not being able to participate is just a hard feeling for a lot of guys.
Right.
You know, and
especially when you guys are winning.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he's not a part of it. So, but for the fact for BG to don't leave, he stays in the building. He's in every meeting. He's talking to the younger guys. He's all in Nolan Smith ear. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of success come from stuff like that. Because he could have went home and just been a family man, taking care of his kids. But he owed his team so much. And he's just like, man, I'm here. You know, I started off here with y'all. I'm going to finish it. Like, and guys like Nolan, Jalix, all them, they needed that. And that's why they was, you know, building up. And that's why I ain't seen no slump with not BG. Because BG is for sure our tone setter. And you see that Nolan became like the tone setter. It's like he live himself as like BG. He's our BG right now. And man, and I've been telling people since we drafted him. Everybody thought he was gonna be a bust because he didn't do what he needed to do or whatever. I said, man, y'all crazy. Y'all better. All right, y'all. We see this man. And
doesn't BG talk a lot of shit too?
Oh, he talks the most shit.
I love that.
Him and Chauncey talks the most shit in history. I'm trying to tell you.
Chauncey when CJ GJ posted that thing on his Instagram with Travis. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I actually thought it was fake.
I said that's crazy. I
swear to God, I thought it was fake when he posted that. When he was him standing up to Kelsey, he said you should have stayed with that thing.
And it's funny you say that because it's kind of abnormal for an Eagles player to do that based on what you said, right? You said the locker room's all about business, we're all about our thing. It's like, but when you have a player that does that, it's kind of like abnormal.
Yeah, it is abnormal.
So it's like, how do you guys like I don't know, look at that. Like, do you guys judge him on that, or you guys like fuck with him? He's your ride or die, right?
We just look at it as like, hey, that's our teammate. Shoot, it is what it is. Hey, we don't want, you know, whatever he wanted. That's it. That's how he want to live his life. You know.
Yeah, you can pop any shit if you win,
huh?
You could pop any shit if you win.
Yeah, so he could pop it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he was popping it.
I
probably wouldn't go that far. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a trash talker, man. I got too much respect for people as just in general. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they probably had a lot of talk about on the field. And, you know, he just like, you know, I got to say what I need to say because they were popping on the field, I guess.
Who did you think was the MVP this year? Because I know that was a huge conversation. It started out with Allen, then it was Lamar came and tried to take it, and then like Saquon was kind of just like hanging in the background. So I'm seeing.
I mean, my first two picks. I thought my guys who supposed to have been MVP candidates for sure. My three I would have had in that conversation would have been. I know some people got MVP with winning, and you know what I'm saying. I don't really consult with that, as in like guys that's winning should be MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't control. It's a team effort. But I thought honestly, if I was to pick somebody, I really thought Joe Burrow was gonna win it.
Yeah, that's my favorite quarterback in the league next to Jalen.
Man, look here. When I say, man, look, dang, the dude what he be doing with it, his defense was not good at all this year. So
Yeah,
to be throwing for almost threw for almost down at 5,000 yards. You know what I'm saying?
And Jamar Chase had a triple crown and a contract year.
Receiver, and
that's 40 mil right there.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought either Joe Burrow should have won it or Saquon, because 2,000 yards is insane. And in a way of how he did it with the amount of talent he has on that team. You got AJ, you got Smitty, you got a lot of guys, and for him to still go for 2,000 is just like, yeah, that's crazy. So I thought him too. I would have gave it Lamar too as well, because he had historical numbers as well. So I won't be mad if he didn't 103. Josh Allen, he's great, but he could have been in that conversation too. But I think them three guys should have won.
As a defender, would you rather face Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Shoot.
Who scares you who scares you more at the quarterback position, all things considered?
Ooh, all things considered.
Yeah,
I mean,
running ability, passing.
Yeah, I mean, most likely, if we go off just putting the quarterback down and just put him on any team, right? Just sit and say if you put Josh Allen or whoever on this team, or like if I think it's Lamar go to a Giants, I think the Giants are like very contenders, quick. Yeah, definitely, because he just got that ability to change the game. Josh Allen could too as well. No offense, but I just think Lamar just a real different, man. Definitely, because he evolving crazy. Like at one point in time, people was questioning his throwing ability, and next thing you know, a year and a half later, he throwing dots, real dots, I'm talking about coverage dots over the corner, boom, dropping shoulders. Josh Allen got that ability too. So, but the fact that what he can just do in the read option and the ability to everything, and you know what I'm saying, I think he could get to the Giants and be.
You think the Giants would be good?
I think the Giants would be good.
The Giants actually do have skill players, to be honest. They just
That's what I'm saying. You put them with the skill players, you can put them with that receiver, a great receiver like that.
I think if you put any of the good quarterbacks with the Giants, they're not a 3-win team like they were this year.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll be like, okay, bro, the Giants are a threat. And I think both quarterbacks can be able to do that if they both put in that position. I just think if Lamar was in that position, it'd be a lot better, because Josh Allen been in that position and Lamar haven't. Lamar finally got him a Pro Bowl receiver. Josh Allen had Pro Bowl receiver. He got a I think he gonna have a Hall of Fame career. He continued. Diggs was played with him for so long. So he had a number one defense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Lamar did a lot with a lot less, but but right now he's just still doing his thing. So I think Lamar would be the one I'd be scared of the most.
See, I'm with you. I think Lamar Jackson should have been the MVP this year. The numbers, I mean, 41 touchdowns and 4 picks. That's fucking crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy season, right? But Joe Burrow, respectfully, 43 touchdowns, 9 picks. That's also a great season, but his defense didn't propel him, right?
Yeah.
But see, you gloated about those quarterbacks, and what I noticed is that nobody gloats about Jalen Hurts like that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I be thinking because the fact that they be feeling as in he's surrounded by so much. Everybody has this thing of him. He should be able to do this with AJ. He should be able to do that a lot with Saquon. He should be able to do this with a lot of great offensive linemen. But a lot of guys had them players before they got there. The Giants did a lot of things. The Giants at one time had Eli Manning, Odell Beckham, and Saquon. AJ Brown was over there with Derrick Henry, receivers and all that. They went to the AFC Championship, but they ain't win they ain't go to the Super Bowl. So now it's the fact that now they all come over here with Hurts. It's like, oh, he got everybody. Nah,
they don't mention that with Burrow though. They don't say Burrow has Chase and Higgins. They don't mention that. Why though? But why?
Well, see, the thing, I don't know why they don't. That's what I be saying. Guys, you need guys to be like that. To be the guy like that, you got to need guys that be that. Because if you don't got guys, who go get your stats for you? You know what I'm saying? Like you got some of the best receivers in the world, and you got to have that to be that type of quarterback. You're not throwing for 4,000 yards with just mailmans.
It's crazy. I mean, that honestly, back in the day, that was the Carson Wentz stat.
I mean, Josh Allen does it. He statistically does super well on the stat sheet and gets his team to the second seed in the AFC, which is respectful, right? But
Jalen
that's
this is first year doing that, yeah.
But Jalen Hurts doesn't get the respect. And I think the reason why, to me, I think it's more of an eye test. Like when you mentioned Burrow, when you watch Burrow, he sits in that pocket, he dissects a motherfucking defense. But when we watch Jalen Hurts, it's more or less like it's more schematic, right? It's just first read, he goes if the read's not there. And that's fine. But I don't think he gets the respect because the statistics and the team that surrounded him are kind of bringing that, I guess, narrative down that he can't be the guy, a top 5 quarterback. But because my thing is, if a guy's throwing for 18 touchdowns a season, which he did this year, 18-5, which is a good season. But when you're talking about elite, a guy that wins Super Bowls, we're thinking of guys that throw for 300 yards, take their team by himself, or more or less he's the sole reason for that team to win a Super Bowl. That's usually when they get the credit. Now, Jalen Hurts is in a weird situation because we saw in 2 Super Bowls, Jalen can do that. Jalen has done it, and he's done it twice against Mahomes, and he's outplayed him. So my thing is, why is he not getting the respect still? You know what I mean? And I think it's to me, it just comes down to eye test. Now, I could be wrong, but I want to hear from your perspective.
Yeah, it's mostly I can see you saying as an eye test, because everybody feel as in like, oh, he's not a statue staring, like a statue guy. We call them statues. Ones that sit in the pocket and just dot stuff up. He's not a statue guy. And they don't see him making like, oh, he going through 5 reads and getting to the backside of a dead from the front side. Well, that's not his game. You know what I'm saying? His game don't have to be that. For a lot of the point of time, at one point in time, Tom Brady was a guy that just was a great decision maker, just checking it down fast. You know what I'm saying? What he's not there is checking it down. What is not there, checking it down. But then as he got older and developed and just understand defenses, he got better of understanding. When you've seen so many coverages. Jalen's still a young guy. He's only 25, 26 right now. So he's still learning. You know what I'm saying? So, but for what he learned is
coordinator.
He has never had that. That's what I'm going to say. Like, he's never had a guy he could just keep building with. All these other quarterbacks been having the same type of guy. And the thing about this is how I be just complaining about with folks, like arguing with people about this man is getting every OC a head job somewhere, or getting a better job, or his quarterback coach is going to be an OC, or his OC is going to be a head coach. If a quarterback is changing the coaches' lives of being something else, he got to be doing something right, because everybody want to know, like, how is you getting Jalen to play like this good? Because the eye test saying that he shouldn't be this good, but he is this good. So obviously you could take a better quarterback in our situation to make him just like Hurts or something like that. Everybody feel like they could do that, but it don't. And that's why I be arguing with folks. I'm like, bro, if you look at film, right? Okay, I understand y'all don't want to see him, throwing zips, digs and stuff. But he throws the best post ball and go ball in the league, one of the best ones. If you 3rd and 8 and you saying a go ball, Hurts throwing a great go ball.
The go ball to AJ Brown on 4th and 2 is always right on the money, and I don't understand why it only comes out on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
Yes. And then if you seen the big boy posters, he been throwing to Smitty. They unstoppable. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, when it was 27-0, and he was in the middle of the logo in the Super Bowl, and he threw that dot to Devontae Smith. Yo, I jumped off the couch. I haven't screamed like that, and I can't remember.
Crazy.
I said that, like, that to me was Jalen Hurts' moment of like, fuck you to the entire league.
Yeah, like, people think he just can't do the throws that they think he can make, but he can. It's just that the fact that, we got coaches that probably just saying, hey, he don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? We know what throws we want Jalen to throw, and he know he want to do. And Jalen be the one like, hey, I want to throw this, I want to throw that, I want to throw that. He don't want to throw everything everybody else want to do, because he want to be different. Everybody else be trying to say, hey, I'm on the, like, people trying to get the 5-8 reads. Like, man, that clock ticking. We got time for that. And then so Hurts making plays.
Especially when you have a superstar running back that is going to command the ball 20 to 25 times a game.
Right.
You only get so many offensive plays.
Right. And then if people look, the last year in 23, the year before this one, right? He was slinging it. He was throwing it like dots after dots, and he helped win us 10 games really last year, because our defense was not good at all. And nobody ain't saying that, because last year he was doing some throwing, like a lot. And and shoot. And he came this year, we get Saquon, like, we're not paying him Saquon Barkley. I don't care if you Peyton Manning, we handed that ball off 20 times. Saquon.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't care who you is. I don't care if you And if you watch Mahomes, the Super Bowl in 22, he only threw for like 113, and he would guess what they do. And Pachinko's a great back. They was handing him the ball. It doesn't matter. Like, it's about winning. And you know what I'm saying? It's about winning. And
controlling the clock. Yeah.
I understand the eye test. The eye test say a lot of quarterbacks are like better than Hurts, eye testing wise. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow, of course, he's a phenomenal player. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that's coming from a new direction.
I think Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar. I think those are the 4 elite quarterbacks where if you pick those 4 guys up and you put them anywhere, that offense instantly goes to the next level.
Instantly.
And then after that, my argument has always been, it's like, why isn't Jalen in that very next category?
He is.
Like, he absolutely is. And honestly, like, if you really think about it, there's not that many like really good quarterbacks.
It's really a lot of like decent quarterbacks, like guys that is decent. Like how we look at quarterbacks. Like I feel like a lot of quarterbacks in this league is decent. Like ones you gotta like, all right, bro. Like we gotta lock in. We can't bust no coverages. Can't do none of this. Can't do that because he finds everything we missing. Like for instance, when we used to play Tom Brady, like not saying because he's the GOAT, but if you blitz a guy, oh, he knows it's coming. He hit that spot where he come from. A lot of guys can't do that. And you know, like Stafford, one of the ones that you blitz Stafford, you better get home. If you don't, it's gonna be ugly. So, like a lot of guys, you could blitz them all day and it don't get ugly. You be like, all right, they just don't because they don't see it like that. But nah, he in that next tier for sure. Like you got them 4 right there, you said, and then it's them. Is he in that category after that?
So you don't have Hurts in that tier then, even still with winning a Super Bowl.
As in me with Hurts in that tier, I think Hurts is in that tier when it comes to winning. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but Hurts has won more than Allen and Burrow.
Yeah.
And Lamar.
So when you come down to a winner, he's in the tier. Like he come to an eye test, I for sure feel that he's a right there around the 5th or 6th, 7th when it comes to eye test. Them big 4 you named, them some league guys. I'm an honest dude. Them some real deal like game changers to if your offense was ranked 31st, you will be ranked top 10 next year.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? I think Hurts got that ability to be like that too as well. But like Hurts need like, you know what I'm saying? He just a guy that kind of can, you know, however the game go. But he for sure in that next category. Like he in that elite category. He's elite. Them jokers just like elite.
Yeah. So you say that like if you put Hurts somewhere else, he may be able to do that, but you're not 100% sure. But what is he missing that can make him be where if you took him off the Eagles and put him on the Giants, they would be a playoff team or potential Super Bowl team?
I don't think it's more of like missing. So I think more of me is more like I think you got to understand him as a player.
Okay.
So a lot of coaches in this league, and that's why I'm saying that these 4 guys that you named it, I don't think you need to understand them. I think whatever you do whatever you designed to do, all them guys can do it. So I think Hurts, you got to be a guy that you got to understand your players. So like instance, like you could take Tom Brady and just throw him in there because he know how to understand. He just that man. Like he's a guy that you got to understand as a player. Like, okay, what he likes the most. This is what he like to do. This is what he like to do. So like if you're a quarterback coach and you go to the Giants, you got to put the read option in there. Like,
right.
You got to, because that's a part of who he is.
Yes.
And you put like Josh Allen and Lamar and them and all that. If Lamar, no, you don't got to put a read option for Lamar. You don't have to, but he just do it because he just blessed with them legs ability. And you don't have to put Joe Burrow no read option because it is like, they could just really go back there and do that kind of stuff. So I think he's just a type of player that you just gotta understand for him to be who he need to be. Like he can stand back there and throw the ball 40 times, but do I want Hurts throwing the ball 40 times every game? I don't like him to throw it 40 times. I like him
and that right there, Slay, is the reason why I think Jalen Hurts doesn't get the proper respect.
Right.
And
I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm on the same wavelength as you. I agree with all that. So I'm on that board, which I think is unfair because I think when we saw, like I said, when we saw him on the biggest stages, bro, he delivered. Like, what are you gonna say about that? He won the bowl, right? Like,
yeah. So I'm more of a for Hurts. For me, if I was a coach, I'm a 25 to 30. Because I gotta. So that's me. That's for me. For it hurts because I got to put the read option in there. That go take away. You know what I'm saying? Some passes. So for me, it hurts. If I was a head coach and I was a quarterback coach, I need Hurts to throw the ball 25 to 30 times. If he's throwing the ball 50 times, we're having a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
Well,
that's
guess
how I
what,
play with
though?
Hurts.
Yeah, during the season, Jalen Hurts averaged 24 passes a game.
That's a successful Hurts. That's a that's a Hall of Fame resume if he continue to keep doing what he's doing because like it's part of his game. You got to read option, you got to play action him, you got to do this, you got to let him scramble, make his plays with his legs, stand in place. So that's what you got to do with understanding your player. If you want him to sit back there and just read everything all day, by this time, people goes tee off on him. You know what I'm saying? People think time to tee off, so you got to make it dimensional, like not one dimensional for him. So
I want to ask this too. What is the biggest difference between playing cornerback now as opposed to 2013 when you came in the league?
Well, a lot different. It's
well, I mean, just in physicality alone, it's different.
Yeah,
like nobody's out there really laying wood.
No
Pause. Way. You can't. For real.
So man, the difference is now, man, it's just these dudes. It's like back in the day, we called it the cinch step. And that came with the Sherm technique. Sherm kind of like helped invent that. People been doing it for a long time, but Sherm kind of like established it. Mostly the one of the best ones to do it. So at that position, like stepping and replacing, a lot of guys didn't have that much wiggle at the receiver position, but like back in the day, but like Stevie Johnson, you know what I'm saying? He was the only one that really had wiggle like that crazy in the slot position to do this and that, to do the stuff that Devontae Adams be doing. Now, everybody can do it now in this league. I think everybody got the great lateral movement. And back in the day, I feel like a lot of guys did not have a lot of lateral movement. It's more like a mano, or like I can beat you, you can't beat me. So like how AJ played the game like we was back in 2008.
Bully ball.
More bully ball.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Move you out the way. I don't care where your leverage is.
Like Andre Johnson, Anquan Bolden, like those are
now,
guys we grew up
now
watching.
These guys, they see your leverage, they sliding, then you slide that way. They doing all that now. Back then, man, them boys was like, you in the way, get out the way.
Who was the toughest wide receiver you had to cover?
Calvin Johnson in practice every day. That shit was hard as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. I did not knock a ball down for him my whole rookie year, and they made me go against him every day.
Now, was he a shit talker?
No, the most humblest ass whooping he giving you.
For real?
That's crazy. Yeah. That's funny as hell, man.
I think that's almost worse sometimes when somebody's really just like putting it on you.
AJ is a very, very humble guy. Like, he don't argue with folks. Like, you lock AJ up, AJ go by his day. But you see how Marshawn like got into his face and was talking junk like that?
Yeah.
Calvin not gonna get that far. Like, Calvin not gonna get in your face. Nah, you can argue with him. You can say something to him. Calvin go just run to the sideline. The next thing you know, he probably gonna tell staff, hey, throw the ball deep real quick. Just give me one.
Throw it up one time.
Then Moss your ass.
Moss's ass. Yeah.
That's how you do it. See, AJ get buffed back with you. But if you don't say nothing to AJ ain't gonna say nothing to you. But Calvin ain't talking no shit. He gonna wear that dark mask.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna be able to see what he's looking at. And then when he mossing you, man.
So you had to cover him as a rookie.
That's crazy.
As a rookie. So
I can't even imagine that. So was that like your welcome? Was that like your welcome to the NFL moment?
Everything.
From OTAs?
OTAs to everywhere. Because they had me playing like Revis. I had to be Revis, Pat P. Anybody that was a travel corner, they made me do their job. And then I get on my doing. Then I do the first team defensive reps. So like anytime he had a matchup, like somebody would go travel against him, they made me do it. And man, it's like he used to be so like make you just like, man, fuck football, bro. Cause he was just whooping my ass every day. I'm like, hey, come on.
I just thought of something. So 2013, you were on the Lions, right? Were you starting 2013?
Yeah, I started.
So I just thought that was the year that Adrian Peterson came back from his injury, right?
Yes, yes.
Adrian Peterson's 2013 year versus Saquon Barkley's 2014 year, which was more dominant?
I mean, shit. Ooh, I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Adrian, that was the year that he ran them to the playoffs, right? It was him and Christian
Ponder. Yeah. So, I mean, they both historical years, you know. And I think, and me, arguably, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't think there's no running back greater than Saquon besides Barry. You can say Barry. If anybody ever argue me and say Barry's the greatest running back ever, I'm not gonna display that. I'm not gonna be like, hey,
I'm glad you said that. I made this comment before. I said that when Saquon got traded from the Giants, who were the 31st ranked offensive line, and he came here, which was first or second.
Yeah.
I said I felt like Saquon Barkley this year changed the entire trajectory of his career. And whenever you hear people talk about Barry Sanders, they always say if you put Barry Sanders behind Emmitt Smith's line or any offensive line. And now I feel like with Saquon Barkley, not that he's Barry Sanders, but it's almost like a Barry Sanders. It's the conversation that people always had about Barry Sanders is now what Saquon Barkley is living.
Yes, facts, and that's what we be talking about in the locker room. We be like, "Hey, bro, this is what everybody was thinking. What Barry should have did. Went to the Dallas Cowboys and got behind that O-line and see how he would have did." But yeah, if anybody argue with me, Barry, about being a great go, cool. But anybody that's second, it's Saquon Barkley. I'm trying to tell you, there's nobody in the league that played this game is that explosive as him as a running back and be able to lateral jump and do everything.
It's crazy.
Like I said, he jumped over the dude backwards.
Bro, I was there when he played the Jags. I was there. I saw that shit live. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Nah, he's arguably, we could call him GOAT too. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody better than that, man. If he had any bit of healthy old lineman and playing with it, if he was a Philadelphia Eagle for 7 years, he'd have been already at probably 10K yards.
No doubt. No doubt about it. That's no cap.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that's the time that'd be with me. And I don't like the fact that how people be just, judging off of what they played at for so long, because a lot of guys was blessed to be a part of a great organization. And that kind of like wanted to win, because I'd have been places where it's some guys that's so talented, but quarterback was a trash all the year. Like,
you know who comes to mind when you say that?
Who?
George Pickens. No, I'm saying like George Pickens, I feel like is an amazing wide receiver.
Yeah.
Who just had nothing at quarterback.
No, he had nothing. He had decency at quarterback for sure, but he dang showed he could be a guy too that can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna if I can't never talk about people's career, that's why I always talk about like the player, because some of the players are really just damn good, but it's just like, bruh, he had no O-line to block for him, or he don't have that much time to get the ball, or he getting doubled every play, or whatever it is. It's just like, that's why I'll be just like, man, you gotta go against the dude. Like, like that, man, it's some dudes I'll be feeling so bad for. Like, I'm so happy for like Terry McLaurin. Like, he had a rough time over there. They had a lot of guys that just, who the hell throwing me this fucking ball? You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Now you got a fact that he got a quarterback that he could really work for at least for like, I'm sure he could be there at least 3 or 4 more years. Now he got a solid quarterback that could be there for him for at least 4 years.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? So at least now he could like change the trajectory of his career. You know, now he might be a guy that could go for 1,300 yards, because he's a guy that's like never had over maybe 1,300 yards. And now in this league, I ain't lying, 1,300 yards is just easy to get now in this league. That's kind of easy for folks now, because we got rookies going for it almost, so that's why I'm doing that. I don't get into it like that, because people like, and definitely with me, I was in Detroit and I ain't get no kind of love, but I come to Philly, I get all the love. If I was in Philly for 12 years, I'd have had about 5 All-Pros by now. But I was in Detroit and shit, they just ain't, they ain't give me love. I had to go crazy. I had to go 8 picks, 26 PBUs just to get my first All-Pro, and I still didn't make that.
Which is crazy, right? Like,
this is crazy. I wouldn't even know if I would have did that now with the Eagles. I'd be a defensive player candidate.
Oh, bro, you be all over the media.
Yeah, I'd be the best corner that ever come through history right about that.
You'll be Pat Surtain this year. The respect you got this year, absolutely,
easily.
Well deserved too, though. By the way,
huh?
Well deserved by him. By the way,
for sure. I think he's the best corner in the league. Yeah, but
do you really? Who's your top 5?
I mean, he's one.
Okay.
And everybody else is like who I like. So like I like man, who I watch most. I watch a little bit of J.C. Horn. I love Tutu from Kansas City. Like, he's a feisty one. He's one of my favorite ones, because I just like the fact that he's very, very competitive. Yeah. But man, I watch a lot of people. I give credit to everybody. I don't got no, but the guys I watch, Jalen Ramsey a lot. a little bit because I can't watch Jalen Ramsey too much because he is a unique corner. Because he's the guy that he blessed with the size and the speed. Some people can't do what he do. So I do the people that's not like blessed. Because you know what I'm saying? Because that I know I can watch technique and stuff. Jalen can get away with a lot of stuff because he's just so gifted.
Right.
But yeah. Who else I like? I like Jair. I love Marshawn stuff.
What about Gilly?
Gilmore?
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we did the back end. We decide this our era. You know what I'm saying? Gilly the man.
No, Gilly Lock he's for real. Like when he won Defensive Player of the Year in 2019, like he deserved that shit, bro. Like
I'm talking about, it was nobody messing with him then.
Nobody was fucking with him, man. Like it was crazy what he did to the Patriots defense and that entire season. Like it was wild.
Yeah, and then they got a good one coming down. Gonzo will be damn good at the corner over there.
Yeah,
he gonna be damn good. But
he already made an All-Pro, right?
Yeah, he made an All-Pro this year. He was going crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was going crazy. But Gilly, man, that year with Gilly, that Patriot defense was going stupid.
It's crazy, yo. They held the Rams to the fucking 3 points in the bowl.
I know. They was amazing.
That was crazy.
That was amazing. Gilly, one of my favorites. You know, we together. That's my dog. So we kick it all the time. We talk, but Gilly is one of my all-time favorite ones. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the fact that we do, but all-time favorite for sure is.
Yeah. Does anyone? Sorry, go ahead. You want to say?
So I wanted to ask you another thing too. Who inspired you growing up? Like who was your idol?
My idol, mostly, I mean, besides Kobe as my basketball player, but football idol, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was real big Champ Bailey guy because he's from around my area.
Champ Bailey,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's from around my area, man, and that was the standard. So everybody like, if you're not a Bailey, like he got a lot of brothers, so the Bailey brothers. And if you're not to that Bailey level, like you're not nothing. And when I was coming up, I just would be like, I got to be the one to get talked about around the city, like the Baileys.
Yeah.
Like, and next thing you know, I was getting talked about like, oh man, Slay gonna be like the next one because he was playing both sides in high school. Then he went to Georgia, started playing a little bit of both sides. So I'm like, I was almost trying to follow his path. Like I want to go to Georgia, play corner too. And so you know what I'm saying. So he kind of like inspired because he's inspired the whole down south like Georgia area. So yeah, Champ Bailey, man. Then I'm gonna tell you a story, crazy story, right? When I got drafted to the Lions, he came to do a workout, which I'm thankful for my OG Rasheem Mathis. But he came to a workout and they needed a veteran presence around me to help me like mature me and stuff like that. Cause I ain't had nobody, but I have a one that's like sit me down and just da.
Yeah.
He came in for a workout. Man, I'm supposed to be in the meetings.
You were starstruck?
OTAs. I'm watching him through the lens. Like this is my first time actually like kicking it, like seeing him. I'm like, I'm watching him do everything. And they try to make this man run a 40. Man, my dog packed it up in depth. I said, damn, man, y'all telling me I almost had Champ Bailey as my OG at one point in time. Y'all I was gonna be lit. But thankfully, I got the best OG in the world that came in named Rasheem Mathis, man, in Jacksonville, one of the greatest, Jacksonville Jaguars at that corner position, Rasheem Mathis. I'm so thankful for him, man. So I planned out very well as well, but at the time, it's just that I was a big Champ Bailey guy, and he's from my area. It would have been amazing, but I'm so thankful for Sheen. I won't trade Sheen for nobody.
Slay, when you had 2013, 14, 15, so you got to see prime Brady and prime Manning.
All of them.
What was crazy? Like, was there like a distinct difference between the two? Because I remember like with Peyton, excuse me, I feel like Peyton, everything was at the line of scrimmage. Like there was like he was an offensive coordinator, was calling out audibles. Like when those two were playing quarterback, were they actually calling out the defensive sets? Like they actually knew what was going on?
Yeah, so the thing is, what I think the difference about them two guys is they both was amazing at the line of scrimmage for sure. But what I think about the difference of them guys was Tom was doing more of a check-in to make it like to beat your defense, So like, and Peyton was too. But Peyton also looking for more of the big play than
really
Tom was. Like he was more of a big player than Tom was, as in like I really want to make the big play. But Tom was more like, whatever play you give me, I'm taking it. I don't give a damn what the defense give me, I'm taking it. Manny was more like, I'm gonna take it, but I'm finna throw this motherfucker up top of one of y'all head. You know what I'm saying? So that was the big difference. And when he did it. So like, say, like, for instance, if he catch you in a cover 4, he's gonna design the cover 4 beater to beat you over top instead of just beating the coverage. Like, Tom will see cover 4 and he'd be like, all right, man, you sit right here, you sit right here. I'm gonna dunk it to you because he can't get there fast enough. Nah, Peyton was like, hey, run this.
So Peyton was more of a dog.
Who?
Peyton was more of a dog?
Oh, Peyton was more like this is how Peyton was. Like,
I'm a Peyton Manning fan.
I'm a big Manning fan. So
he was my favorite growing up, man.
I think he won. That's my favorite quarterback ever. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite ones. But of course, I think Tom is the GOAT for sure. But that's
there's nothing to say about that. But
yeah, that's my quarterback for sure. But I was a big Manning fan, and we were getting ready to play the fucking Denver Broncos, and I was in Detroit. Man, I was talking about it like, Slay, man, we've been hearing how big of a fan you is. So I'm like, yeah, that's my idol. Like, that's one of my favorite quarterbacks. Like, I follow him like how everybody do LeBron. You know, when LeBron go to his team, it's LeBron's team. Like, I'm like the one that I do that with Peyton Manning. If he was with the Colts, I love the Colts. Then he went to Denver Broncos, I love Denver Broncos. Yeah. So that's how it was. And everybody kept talking it up like, man, da. So I met him before the game. He's like, man, I appreciate you being like a big fan of me. So as the game going on, he said, with you being a big fan of me, you know what time it is. Like, you know what time. Like, it's time. And guess what? He done, and he bombed me 3 times. I'm like, damn. And like, you know what I'm saying? He just like, I'm your favorite, but your ass is grass today.
Wow, it's really like that on the field?
Love that, man.
Like he's just letting me like, your ass is grass today. Every time he got a go ball with Demaryius Thomas versus Soul, he was throwing that motherfucker and mossed the fuck out of me in the end zone and scored before 2 minutes. One time he mossed with Emmanuel Sanders, mossed the fuck out of me then. I'm like, I'm just told you my favorite. Why is you're not gonna be my favorite no more?
Emmanuel Sanders is a name I haven't heard.
He wanted to sun you. That's what he wanted.
Did. That's what I'm saying. He wanted to little boy me for a little bit. Like, I know. And then after the game, he like, hey, I had to go at you. I love you though. As you're a phenomenal player, this and that, and the third. I low key like, fuck you, man, Payne. Yeah. But the biggest trash talker I've been a part of at the quarterback position is for sure that doesn't cuss. Is what's crazy. It's Phillip Rivers. He's the worst.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
He curse?
Really?
He's the worst one. He's the quarterback probably talking the most shit I've ever been a part of.
Really? And he doesn't curse at all?
He don't curse at all.
Give me an example. What would he say to you on the field?
Like this way he said to me during walking through our tunnel. We walking through the tunnel. Slay, I know you're gonna be following Keenan. You best believe we targeting you all night. So I'm like, okay, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me hot. Okay. And guess what? That whole game, I had 18 targets.
Oh, he disrespected you.
18 targets. Me and Keenan, 18 targets. That shit was the most tiring game in my motherfucking life.
How much did he catch?
He caught I think he had 8 for 80 something. But I had 18 targets, and I had a game winning pick.
That's regular for Phillip Rivers.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm talking about him and Antonio Brown was the ones that I felt like, God damn, boy, they talk hella shit because Antonio Brown did the same thing in a joint practice.
Antonio Brown was like,
he was unbelievable.
When you just think about him in his actual prime, before all the crazy stuff happened,
him and Julio was the best too.
Like for me, he's a top 5 wide receiver I've ever seen. Just in terms of wide receiver.
He's the top 5 receiver of all time, but people just don't want to give him because
of what happened.
Yeah. But
what's crazy, Slight, is that you mentioned Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones don't get the respect because he just didn't find the end zone frequently. You know what I mean? Like, I think people care about that shit.
This is the thing I don't be saying with people who watch the film, like, because he ain't getting in the end zone. You know why he ain't getting in the end zone much? Because he getting doubled every play in the end zone. Facts. We know damn well fucking fade coming to Julio, but if he see 1-on-1, no, we're not giving him 1-on-1. I play corner, and I was one of the highest paid corners at that time. If Julio Jones is at the 3-yard line and there's a fade ball going up, no, sir, come in, safety. We are doubling him. I'm going to play outside. You play inside. Because it's too hard. Like, he 50-50. Like, this is too easy of a throw for quarterbacks and him. No, we ain't going to make it this damn easy. Fuck no. We'll double him. So that's why he get in the box. Well, double his ass. Yeah, shit, because
Yeah.
it is what it is. Fuck that. Hell no.
He's too big. Pause. To cover.
Whoa.
And he got his catch
all
rate
I
is
want.
just crazy. And then the quarterback will put it to the power line. Only you, him in his hands and just dragging his feet. We ain't got time for that. We're gonna eliminate that now. Yeah, double him every play. That's what they do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's no corner in the league that can honestly say, like, this is an all zero blitz. If you are number one dominant guy in the end zone, in the red zone, and you at the 5-yard line or whatever it is, your number one guy is the best guy. He's getting double every play. That's why a lot of guys don't get in the box. Like, we're doubling them guys. AJ Brown in the red zone, double.
I feel like the one corner though that I could think of, like just thinking back, that I never felt like ever needed help on that was Revis.
Nope.
Like I just feel like when you like if you
dope.
think back at Revis Island, I mean, was his name?
Yeah.
Randy Moss called him though a couple times.
Yeah.
I just remember the one.
No, Revis is a GOAT for sure. But
Revis or Dion to stop a wide receiver.
I mean, of course, I'm going to my mentor, Dion.
Right.
Dion.
I
But
love
Revis,
Dion, bro.
Revis is the best technician I ever seen in my life. So I had to watch him live go against Calvin Johnson.
Wow.
They two-man him a good bit. But it's just like it's hard though. You win, you pick your battles as a corner to win. Like you got to give them a playoff. There's no corner that's, what I'm saying. I played in the Patriots defense. He played in the Patriots defense too as well. And it's a lot of zero with 4-man pressures. I'm talking about a lot of zero. Like that's why Gilly won the defensive player of the year, because people that play football understand what Gilly got to do. You got to go
at home. You're hung out to dry.
Yeah, right.
every play you hung out to dry. Only time the Patriots defense don't let you be hung out and dry is in the red zone. That's where you get the double for. They call it a bracket. But other than that, if you don't get in that 20-yard mark from 80 yards in, your ass is zero. So come on, straight zero. That's why I get through that 18 times against
18 targets.
Yeah, he's like, you in zero slay. Everywhere you go, everybody else get double. That's why I never understood the Patriots defense. They will be doubling a tight end that ain't got no name on the back of his jersey. And they be like, we go throw it at your best player every time. Your best player got to beat our best player every time to win this game. So if you get beat, the game is on you. That shit was so much pressure. It was so much pressure.
Was that due to Bill Belichick's coaching Patriots defenses?
Yeah, that's all he do.
You think he was just the best defensive coach of all time? You think he is the GOAT?
I think he one of the best ones for sure. Like,
okay,
but he need the players to do it. Like, he just can't do it without the players, because he couldn't line up a lot of guys in zero. That's why they draft corners. That's why they just started the corner for the first time in a long time in the first round. Because if you notice,
right,
the Patriot world, they was always trading for a veteran corner, because as a younger corner, they was getting mentally fucked over. Like, it's just mentally tough on you. You get beat every play. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they always traded for a veteran corner. Went out there and got a veteran. Like, they went out there and got Revis. They went out there and got Talib. And then when Talib left, they went out there and got Gilmore. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they got to do that. And by the time they had to drop, they drafted Gonzo, so Gilly can, like,
Brandon Browner too.
Huh?
Brandon Browner.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? They gotta have that, because if you don't got that, it's just hard on a younger guy. Like playing zero.
Malcolm Butler.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, Malcolm Butler he got famous off of the Super Bowl, but he was a good corner after that.
He was a good corner after that. But see, then he started having that. Now when they paid him, see, we had to get into that zero world. Now he had it with the traveling. Now you got to go with zero, and that shit hard. I played against zero against Devontae Adams.
Who?
How hard that shit was with him and A-Rod. Man, shit, that shit was so hard. Because it's just like they got so many moves. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then they draw a route, to beat you in man coverage. Definitely know you playing man every fucking play. Like, this how bad it's like. It was so bad that you'll be in zone, they'll put you on the zone, and you'll be outside. They'll be like, let's motion this guy if they see it, man. If they motion, they get all the identification already. You're a man. That's what's the hate about our defense when I played in Detroit for a little bit. That's the only thing I hated, because like we never had like a cover up. It's like, all right, get Tay, let's motion him, because if he motion and Slay follows, is man. So they motion, A-Rod go to doing this. Hey, man, da 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 da. Now they drawing up the perfect man beater for you, and now it looks like you getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? But they drawing up the play to whoop your ass. Like it's like, but they don't ever hide it. There's no hiding in that shit. That's why I say people be acting like who the corners I'll be looking at. I'm like, look, anybody that's in the Patriot system, they corner guys is gonna be always in my top 5 category, just because I know they gotta do all of them, any one of them.
Because you have to do more to
you
prove
do way more than everybody else. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not.
How do you judge elite corners? Like, what are you looking for in a corner where you're like, that's the guy that could fucking do it, and he could do whatever.
That's why it depends on like me for my instance. I'm a man / cover 4 corner. Like, but cover 4 is man too, but it's just still got a little zone presence in it. Yep. So them guys, like I watch them type of guys because that's a lot of stuff that ends up in zero. It can always leave the corner alone. You know, a lot of coverages don't leave the corner alone. Like cover 3, sometimes you could be alone, but a lot of man and cover 4, you got a lot of you are the dolo, and them because I'm be 4-man rushes, so you got time to really read the field. So I watch guys like that, and the guys I don't watch like that, it be like, you know, Revis used to be that. It's doggone Pat P used to be like that. Freaking who else? You know, Gilmore when he was in Patriot world, when he went over to the Patriots. See when he was in Buffalo, he had a crazy year in Buffalo, but they weren't talking about him like that because it's like they knew Buffalo wouldn't do it. He went to Patriots, had to pay all that man. Shit, defensive player of the year, quick.
Very quick. He adapted with the Patriots very quickly. So
that's what I'm saying. So you just look at it like that. Just that's why I kind of judge off, and I'm not biased at all. Like I'm a real one. Like I don't care about me when people be like, "Oh, you biased." Like, nah, I just talk ball. Like I don't I talk ball. Like no. Boys, and if you're a dog, you're a dog. If you, I'm not gonna call nobody ever bunkie at the position because I know the position hard. But if I got some guys in front of you, that means I done watched them a lot. And it's not discrediting none of them. It's just like them dudes really doing a lot of different stuff. Some people get a little break, you know, like them guys ain't getting no break. So that was it.
So when you're breaking down film and you're watching like your opponent and you're looking at like what are you specifically looking for to give you an edge in the matchup?
The biggest thing to do as a corner position, a lot of guys do, is when I came into the league early, I'm gonna tell all the guys some game. Everybody used to just watch all the formations. You know, you get a tape, you get a cut up of all the formations on film. So what I used to watch every formation just like, oh, this is their best 2 routes out of this formation. That was too much for me. Now I was thinking too slow. Like now I go to the field, oh, they in a 3-by-1 with the back this way. Okay, this route coming. Nah, then by that time it's hut. Now I ain't even looked at my dude and seeing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now it's hut. Now what I do, since I've been probably like year 4, when I finally had to learn how to do stuff, watch film properly. Now I only do is I take 2 formations out, what you do the best, 2 of your favorite ones. And back then I was a travel corner heavy. So whatever route he does the best, I just took rid of his favorite 2 routes. I take rid of like when I used to play like Keenan Allen, like for instance, I say Keenan Allen. I knew he's a great option route. I'm making him one vertical. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm taking away options to do you something that you're not comfortable with. Everything I'm gonna do to you is gonna be uncomfortable for you to do because you don't do it. So I ain't gonna let you do what you do best every play. Fuck no. You gotta do something different. Like if you'll do that break in, if you a guy that's breaking in 10 times out of 15 times, you gonna have to break out every time to beat me. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's great. Yeah.
That's how you gotta do it. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I be trying to tell my young guys, like, look at film. If he do a guy that do 10,000 in breaking routes, he gotta do 10,000 out breaking routes to beat me. If you run an in breaking route and he beat you consistently, you be like, bro, what you watching? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you looking at? But if you beat you on 10 out routes, you be like, all right, bro, he don't do that on film. That's something he don't do. So tip your hat off to him.
Yeah. And that's the thing with me. Like when I watch, like, just for an example, when I'm watching the Chiefs, right? And I see Travis Kelce wide the fuck open in the middle of the field. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, we have seen this for years. How the fuck is he that wide open?
Hey,
I can't comprehend that.
Them two there, they cheating. Them two cheating now. Because I know for a damn fact, I know a lot of route trees. Trav is not running the route tree. He'll probably run it. Like he's the type of guy that see here say, if he got we call it a 7 cut, we call them corners. If you run in the corner and he see a dude that you sitting right there waiting on him to come to the corner, he be like, oh no, I'm finna stop. He'll just stop out of nowhere. You be like, so now you on film like, damn, was that a vertical or was that a stop? But really, it should have been a 7 cut, but he just like, nah. And Mahomes, you know, he buy time. So by the time you see that, like, I'm gonna buy that little time, and bam, open in the middle of the field.
It's a
So
freestyle.
that's why we said you got to play the second play with them guys.
Who runs the best route tree in the NFL, wide receiver wise?
The best route tree?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
I mean, I would assume off the top it's Jettas or Chase.
I would say Tay Adams is on there. Devontae is on there too.
Yeah,
Devontae Adams on there for sure. No, Devontae Adams is he wins so much at the line of scrimmage that his routes are not as great as like, it's not to say not as great, but it's not as like a polish like I said.
Because he's a fucking bully.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So my best route runner is, to me, I think is like a damn great run router to me. And I know he on my team, but Smitty, like he beat people with routes. He's not beating people with like, you know, physicality or da. He got the ability to running 50 miles per hour, 1,000, stop on a dime, boom, good route without slapping you by. A lot of guys got to do slap bys, you know, little hip touch, da. Who else a great route runner? Shoot, who else is doing that? Because honestly, it's really not a lot of great route runners. People be thinking people can run routes, but some people just not great route runners. They just, some people are just great releasers.
Because I feel like back in the prime, it was like, like 5-6 years ago, it was Keenan Allen, it was Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, like stuff, them like route runners.
Where they can run the whole tree.
Like yeah, so it's not a lot of guys that can
breaks.
Yeah, it's not a lot of guys that can really actually run the whole tree. You know what I'm saying? Like route wise, like they can run the tree, but route wise, and I'm be saying route with these no hand movement, no like pushing you over or da. He more of a get into it, man, stopping on the dime.
So I know he's young, and I'm only thinking about it because you just played him in the playoffs. But I always feel like Xavier Worthy. I feel like even though he's young, like he reminds me of like a Deshaun Jackson type wide receiver. How do you think he is with the route tree, or you think he's still young? Like he's
still young, so he still need to polish it up though. But he surprised me when I watched him is that he can stop like that. You know, a lot of fast guys can't stop as good as he is. I think he's a great dude at stopping that. Like he could stop. Like D-Jack, you could tell when he's running stops because he was so fast, so he's controlling his speed. Like I got to control myself because like if he runs too fast, it gonna be choppy at the top. Shoot, Worthy, shit, he was running, he was hauling ass and still stopping. I'm like,
Deshaun Jackson almost did like a high step before he was to break into the speed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
to go deep.
Yeah, so like that's the stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but Amari Cooper, he's a guy I gotta press every play. If I don't press him,
wow,
his routes are so good that he'll kill me. So I can't let him do it like that.
Wow, you're playing presence like still.
Wow.
Yeah. We did shit.
I thought it was so weird on the subject of him. Like, I feel like when he went to Buffalo at the trade deadline, all of us were kind of like, oh, yeah, the Bills made a big move. They're ready to go. I think he had a touchdown in his first game off of like a random play call. I remember they were talking about that on like ESPN or whatever.
Yeah, talking about they did that.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I just feel like he kind of just fell off and you didn't hear about him the rest of the year. So I thought that was weird with that was. I didn't know if it was like, is he closer to washed or if it was just kind of, you know, he just came in too late and couldn't figure it out.
Nah, I just think that's always be like, if you've been in the league long enough, I feel like that got a lot to do with just being traded in the middle of the year. And like, I don't like if I was a GM, I'm not trading for a receiver in the middle of the year. Cause it's like, it's just so much with time consuming, got to get your quarterback on him. And, you know, he got to learn the playbook, you know all the hot reads. And you got another guy that's coming from all the other things. A lot of offense use the same signals, but it should be different routes. So now if you see this same signal he's been seeing for training camp all the way to the season, now he get traded 8 weeks. Now you telling me you got to know this signal is another signal of a route. That's kind of hard on a lot of guys in a heat of a battle because you got it's 20 seconds on the clock. He give you this, boom, damn, bam. Damn, that's not what I used to do. It's something else. So that's the shit that be different. I never seen too many successful trades of a receiver in the middle of the year, like week 8, week 9, and stuff. Like I mean, week 8. We
trying to think.
Who was that? It's not too many of them because
if I'm correct, wasn't Amari Cooper when he was traded to Dallas in the middle of the year?
Nah, he wouldn't. I don't think DeMar Cooper wasn't traded in the middle of the year.
I thought he was. I thought he was traded to Dallas in the middle of the year because they were struggling a little bit, and then Dak and them took off in the middle of the year. I thought anyway. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, I think he did get traded in the middle of the year. I think he did. Because did he? Did he? Yeah, I think so. I think he did. But it's not.
You looking that up?
Yeah. No, he was traded to the Browns in March of 2022.
No, I'm saying when he got traded to Dallas the first time.
To Dallas.
Because I remember they traded a first-round pick for him, and everybody was laughing. The Eagles traded a third-round pick for Golden Tate, and we thought Golden Tate was going to be legit.
Yes. And it was during the season, and Amari got traded for Jonathan Abram and a first-round pick.
Yes, and I remember.
I'm sorry, it was a first-round pick that turned into Jonathan Abram.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Was it early or was it late?
It was during the season. It was early in the season, like October.
So yeah, that's not
week 6, week 7-ish.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, they did
probably.
But yeah, it's hard. Like it's hard to do that. Like it's hard to trade a receiver like that. Like
Amari was also 5 or 6 years younger when he did that the first time.
He's a little bit. Amari was year what? He even got his extension yet. He was like year 3.
I think it was year 3 going into, and they weren't going to pay him.
Yeah, something like that because he got paid $100 million right after that.
Yeah, and then he got traded for a 5th-round pick.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's the most unbelievable. I got friends that are Dallas fans, and I just remember sitting there that day, and I'm just like, oh my God, a 5th-round pick for Amari Cooper?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So,
what else?
Nah, that was really it. I did want to mention, so you know Mike Daniels.
Yep.
Yeah, we all grew up with his brother Sean.
Yeah, I know Mike. Mike, good dude. Good people.
Yeah, we grew up. Sean called me last night when we put out the post that we were going to be interviewing you. And he was like, yo, you got to mention my brother. And I just started laughing. He was like, yeah, they're boys. And I started laughing. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, man. I was like, I'll mention it for sure. Yeah, man. I grew up with Sean. I still talk to him.
Yeah, that's my dog.
But I just want to thank you for your time, man. That was an awesome interview. We really, really appreciate that, man.
Hey, Steve, you collect cards?
Nah.
Sports cards? I got something for you though. I got your rookie autograph that I'm gonna send you in the mail. So after the show, we'll link up. I got it for you.
Oh, and a shirt.
And a shirt. We got merch for you and everything for joining our podcast. So we're gonna send you a care package.
Send it over, please.
Yeah, you know it, brother. You know it, man. It's called the P&I care package.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you the your rookie autograph. It's graded in a PSA 10 slab. So you'll get that. You can add it to your collection. Do whatever you want, but make sure you tag us in there. So
I got you.
You know, you show some love. But nah, man, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming on. This was a dream come true for me, my family who are huge Eagles fans. This was awesome, man. I hope we could kick it sometime soon again. You know what I mean? Like this was awesome for sure.
Anytime, man. Anytime. At all.
I appreciate it, Slay. We appreciate it, man. It was awesome to meet and talk to you and everything. And maybe we'll get on the Big Play Slay podcast soon.
Come on now. You know the Big Play get crazy.
Man. Yo, you know we can rap.
Yeah.
Yo, we've been here for an hour 22. You know we could talk that shit.
We can talk ball.
Yeah, we could talk ball, all day.
Yeah, so
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night. Make sure you resign.
Yeah, resign. Come back. Come back, man.
I'm hoping.
Come back, man. Come on.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good one, Slay. Appreciate you, brother.
You too.
Well, that was Darius Slay, everybody, Super Bowl champion. That was absolutely fucking incredible. That was probably one of the best moments in life I've had. And I worked with the Eagles too. So
I don't even know what
to actually have a conversation and talk actual real ball was fucking amazing. That was an awesome experience. And I hope everybody listening got that an awesome experience. I hope you guys learned something. This was an awesome experience for us. So
to everybody that was in the comments, that was watching, make sure you follow us, subscribe, everything you got to do. You just heard the man. He's going to come back on.
He is.
That was probably one of the craziest fucking nights of my life.
I think Slay's going to come back for sure. And when Slay comes back, we're going to get him in studio next time. Yeah. That's for sure. We're going to try to get him in studio. That's going to be a movie. So we're gonna keep working on that. But it was awesome, man. I'm very appreciative of his time. You know what I mean? Especially 2 weeks removed from the Super Bowl, riding that high. Then for him to come here and sit down and kind of talk with us for over an hour. Yeah, man. Much respect. I love that, man. He's for the people, bro. And I appreciate people like that.
Yeah.
So to me, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's a man of the people, man. Yeah, I'm really kind of like, I don't even know what to say. That was fucking wild.
Like, I can't wait to just send him our care package, man, because that's just gonna be fucking awesome, bro. Like, that was fire.
If I ever see Slay, well, I want him to go sign his deal with Howie wearing our shit.
Yeah, wearing the P&I logo. Yeah, talking that shit.
So,
yeah, but you know what, man? I loved his answers. Like, I thought he kept it 1,000. Like, he mentioned the 4 other quarterbacks, and he didn't even put his quarterback in that tier yet.
Yeah,
which was, I gotta tip my cap, because it's like, you think that, the opposite. You like, it's he's a PC guy, but no, Hurts is that guy. He's number 1, right? But the honesty that we got from Slay was absolutely amazing. I thought the transparency was great. I thought his answers were great. I thought we smoked that shit, by the way.
Of course.
And I'm gonna talk my shit. I thought we conducted ourselves great. I thought it was awesome. I thought it flowed great. And I hope everybody feels the same, man. So I'm excited for the next opportunity when he comes on. And I'm excited to send him that card. So that's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'm gonna answer. We're all gonna answer our text messages soon. We got
text messages. So we'll wrap it up. But
to everybody, thank you again. I know we were supposed to go on a little hiatus. That didn't necessarily happen.
Hiatus. I'm back off a hiatus.
That happened. So I appreciate everybody that was in the comments, the viewers, everybody that was talking. That was one of the coolest nights of my fucking life.
That was so epic. That made like the last 3-4 years worth every single grueling moment.
Yeah.
For me, that was like my Super Bowl almost. We got some more in this fucking store.
Yeah.
P&I ain't going fucking nowhere.
We're coming.
Trust me, we ain't going to fuck nowhere. We're gonna have even more guests coming on our show. So we're rocking and rolling out here in P&I. Yeah. So be sure to follow us. Tell all your friends to listen to the stream with Slay. Send the word out. Tell everybody. Tell your mom. Tell your parents. Tell your family. Tell your hoes. Tell your friends. I don't care who you gotta tell. Just get the word out. P&I is here. We're here to stay. We ain't fucking around. This is who the fuck we are, and we're the best podcast on the net. I believe that, and so does Slay. So we here.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
See you guys maybe next week.
Yeah, baby. Peace.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinnage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping